It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Righto, welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show because it is a Feel Good Friday on Expresso. And listen, joining us right now, I love this man, Dalin Oliver, South African comedian who has made a huge name for himself in the industry and is gearing up for a 6-country and 14-city world tour. He can't believe it himself, I know, with his international award-winning stand-up comedy show called 90 Day Comedian. Let's give him a feel-good welcome.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure being on the couch with gentlemen with great jawlines and hair. So you look fantastic. Thanks for the love always, guys.
Thank you for the love, man. And listen, you took your love, you bundled it up and you went all the way overseas, you hit Australia, and apparently they absolutely loved you, man.
They laughed, man, they laughed.
What were you thinking going down under?
Listen,
I
wanted to fight. Firstly, I was there during the World Cup and the Springboks were winning. So I was sporting a Springbok top down under going, look at me, guys.
Brave,
I'm here. You might say we don't have electricity, but we've got trophies. We are here, right? Yeah. So the tour was fantastic. I was in Australia for 8 weeks in total, 91 performances.
91?
91, yeah.
Whoa, man, so that's a proper innings, eh?
It was good, it was good. Good innings across club gigs, festival gigs, and then also my one-man show. And then I went back in Feb this year to a festival called Fringe World Perth. And fortunately, we don't do it for accolades, but that's where my show won a Best Weekly Comedy Show, 90 Day Comedian.
Sure.
So that was great. It was a nice little sum-up of the time we spent there last year. And they laughed, man. The audiences vary from South Africans to people from the States to Ireland to different parts of the UK. Africa was South Africa, Uganda, Kenya, Zambia, Zimbabwe. So that was great to see.
Wow.
Yeah, because Australia is very oat milky. Very oat milky. So when I got a dash of colour, I'm like, come here you are. I've missed you.
Oat milky.
Very oat milky, very gluten-free.
But I mean, how amazing is it that not only South African comedians, but African comedians are just taking to the world stage.
It's fantastic.
They're out there, you guys are doing the things and you're getting those opportunities.
It's fantastic, man. The industry's growing and post-COVID, a lot of us went, listen, we know we're funny, but let's see how we exist in the world. And South Africa teaches you to adapt all the time. If you're performing in Cape Town, Joburg, Durban, Bloemfontein, that's 300,000 different WhatsApp groups in the areas that you're going to perform in. So your comedy muscle's always working. And then when you get into the world, you go, no, man, I've been adapting my material all the time, and I'm worth my salt. And when I say worth my salt, South Africans are just amazing people.
I wanted to, what makes us different?
Dude.
As comedians, what makes us so kind of in high demand?
We've got great stories. Our identity, our culture, our texture, the nuances. If the three of us sit in a room, each of us have different backstories, different upbringings. And when you put us together, we're like a trifle. You know, we just deliciousness as South Africa. If you dip into the trifle, you're like, oh, that's Amapiano. That's fantastic.
Yeah. So he's a jelly, you're the cook, I'm the chocolate.
Yeah, you're the body chocolate.
You got to obviously adapt your comedy to, like you mentioned, South Africa. We've got all these different cultures. People resonate. Some things are very offensive. Some things could be hitting the nail on the head. Do you find that this has taken your strengths internationally and allowed your jokes to resonate with the world? Or is it even more of a challenge now trying to make sure that they understand you?
It's been an interesting thing. So first up, our accents are different. They've never heard this, right? So I'm in Perth, it's my first few days there, and they go, I've never heard the South African accent before. And I'm like, brother, this is the first time you're meeting a coloured person. This is a big day for you, right? And then obviously you have to describe the term coloured, but shout out to Tyler, because now we have an international. We finally we got a rep, right? And then they're like, but you don't look like Tyler. I'm like, yes, but we both have a drunk uncle. It's fine. Culturally, we're the same WhatsApp
Uncle Dougie.
Uncle Dougie, Uncle Eddie, they're there, right?
That's fascinating, because, I mean, you can't just say, like, oh, this is a South African accent.
No,
right?
you can't. A lot of them use the Leonardo DiCaprio accent in Blood Diamond.
Oh, gosh.
Yes,
the worst
yes, that's what they reference. And then my South African brain goes, no, what on earth, you don't do that if you come here. But visit our country. They also, a lot of them haven't visited us. They've only heard things. So they'll have Madiba as a reference point, Trevor Noah, the Springboks. But because Asia's close to Australia, they'll go visit there. I'm like, come to South Africa. You're going to have the best time with the best people. You have to experience the people and the culture to have a proper understanding of who we are.
And they'll be rich.
Dude,
So rich.
so
Listen,
rich.
The rand doesn't stretch. It's a fizzer.
And you're going to find out about how the rand doesn't stretch very soon, my friend.
Very
the man's
soon.
going international again.
Hey,
We're
there we
talking
go.
England, Netherlands,
Yeah.
Ireland, Germany, Spain, and France.
Thank you.
It's
Yeah.
the Champions League of comedy, bro.
There we go.
Welcome.
Thank you, thank you. Very, very excited for it. 6 countries, 14 cities over a 6-week period from the 21st of July through to the 27th of August. And this time, I'm very excited because, guys, I'm a married man. Can we clap for myself?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
thank you. Yeah. So my wife and I will be traveling, and I'm going to be doing my solo show in these countries and cities. And it's just the next step to go. How do we keep building a local and international footprint? I love performing to South African audiences, but very excited to go into Europe for the first time. I've never traveled there. I've never performed there. And when I was speaking earlier, our accents are flat. So they're listening, understanding, and processing so much. So just seeing how I figure out the rest of the world, and also how my material holds its own. But with comedy, that growth must happen.
Yeah.
New audiences, new experience, that allows for the growth. And that's the next journey for me.
I got to also ask, when you take a look at a place like Europe, right?
Yes.
I mean, small countries is not like what we used to, but every single country is so unique in their own culture
Yes.
and heritage and language and whatever the case may be. But how do you go about, as a South African comedian, to open the floor, to break the ice with the audience?
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
Yes.
it must be quite challenging because, I mean, here you're sitting with not only South Africans that
Yes.
might be there, right?
Yeah, no, 100%. Our audience members are from all over the world, and the show is not a South African show, so it appeals to everyone. But the first point of call is always going, we have everything that you guys have and more, but back home it's just a suggestion, right? And then you go through the different lists, like if the pedestrian crossing is green, don't walk. If you hear don't walk, you must look left, look right. Another thing is always going with the Aussies, they were like, you guys don't obey the speed limit. I'm like, of course we don't obey the speed limit. They're like, but don't you have fines? We're like, yes, we do. They're like, do you pay it? We're like, not a chance. If you are South African and you pay your fines, you go, guys, why do you?
We are also sitting with the fastest cars on
Yes,
the planet.
on the planet. Come on.
You know, so
They might not be legal, but
yeah,
they're the
exactly.
fastest.
But
Yeah.
but there you go.
So your entry point is generally just going initially observing the cities, and you write about 5-10 minutes in each city that you're in. And once people see that you appreciate their space, they open up. Like if you're in Cape Town and you say away or you say lekker, people go, oh, you took the time to understand
Put your guard
us.
down suddenly.
You put your guard down,
Yeah.
and you say how different it is because they don't know, and you learn to speak slower. The three of us could never speak this fast.
No.
On stage, they would be buffering all the time. So, yeah.
Listen, bro, there's an incredible amount of success coming your way, and I think it's about time because
Thank
you
you,
worked
man.
so hard, you put so much effort into it, and you're still busy working, man. You've gone from international, you're back home, sharing your comedy right now at the Cape Town Funny Festival. How's that going?
Oh, it's been fantastic. 25 years, eh? Can you believe it?
Yeah.
25 years. Eddie Kassar, the producer, has been doing amazing things, bringing local and international acts. My first touch point of the Funny Festival was in 2012. I wore a gold suit, brah. A gold suit. Because you're on the Baxter stage, you're like, what must you wear? A gold suit. And then looking back, I was like, why on earth did I buy this suit in the first place? I was just shiny. But then I've been on there for 4 times, and it's been fantastic because it's what dreams are made of. You go to the Baxter as a kid and you watch the Funny Festival, and you go, wow, these are amazing. This is Mark Lottering, this is Riyad Musa, this is Stuart Taylor. And then you eventually
Dalin Oliver.
Yeah, Alan Committee, there we go. And then eventually you work with these people and they become your friends, and that stage becomes home. Like you guys have supported our careers from the start. From my first show up until now, you've always shown love. So just thank you for supporting stand-up as the craft and as the art. We're very grateful for that. You've seen me go from here to nowhere. You've seen me go from single to married. Thank you.
Yeah, no, we followed your journey, and it's incredible because I always say you take a look at the journey you've walked, and it was challenging and tough, and you made it through those challenges, and now you're at a place where it starts paying off for you, which I'm so grateful.
And that's
I really
important
am.
because, especially with this generation, I feel that the results that they want is always immediate. And you go, be a student of the art.
Yeah.
The rest will come. Don't worry about what the paycheck is. If you refine your craft each and every day, the things will happen. And even if it takes 20 years, the right moment will be the right moment.
Oh, brother, I'm so grateful you're coming through again, reminding us of why we need comedy in our lives and why you are showcasing that to the rest of the world. And I'm grateful for that. If you want a piece of this action right now, Mzansi, you can do exactly that. For $130, you can head over to webtickets.co.za and get your tickets for the Cape Town Funny Festival. This man is performing, and that's all that matters. So you don't need to worry about anything else.